So you bought you a side-by-side, but it ain't got no tunes?
Well, we got a solution for that. So the fine folks at KEMIMOTO have hooked us up with their latest and greatest soundbar. And that's what we're going to get into in this video. We're going to get it installed in my 2024 Polaris RZR 1000 XP4. However, this soundbar is compatible with many different models and makes of side-by-sides. It's just a roll bar mount, and it's very simple wiring that we'll get into, and then it is Bluetooth compatible. That way you can get your device connected to it and get you some tunes in the trail. We're going to get into the unboxing. I'll show you what's included in the package, and then we'll go over the unit a little bit, and then we'll get her slapped in and hopefully show you just how well it performs. We'll get this laid out here on the workbench. I'll give you an overview of what all is included. So we got it all unpackaged, laid out here on the workbench. It does come with your mounting hardware for your roll bar. Comes with some rubber grommets to put inside there. It does come with an Allen wrench that fits all the bolts. Comes with this remote that is encased in this waterproof case, which is awesome, and a couple fuses. The wiring I've obviously already unraveled, but it is very lengthy, so this will be what goes into the soundbar itself. And then super simple positive negative, and it comes, like I say, with plenty of wire in case your battery is a little bit further away from where you want to mount it. But now let's get on into the unit itself. So here is the unit itself. It is a beautiful looking unit. It is part of their Midnight lineup. They do have 3 different variations, as you can see in the product manual. There is a Midnight 80, Midnight 70, and a Midnight 50. This is the Gen 2 version. This is the Midnight 50, which is the smaller one. They do have a couple, the 70 and the 80, as you can see, are a little bit bigger units, but I like the compactness of this 50. It'll fit in their MR unit nice. It does have 2 4-inch speakers and a couple small tweeters in this unit. In the bigger units, obviously, you would have a couple more speakers. Has this awesome light, little dome light included. Nice touch screen here for your source, your power, your Bluetooth, your LED lights, and your volume controls. And has that awesome light across the bottom. Super simple mounting brackets up here where you can put them in a couple different locations, and on the ends where the business happens. Looky there, little bump bump. 2 of those on each end. That will give you some serious bass. I cannot wait to get this thing installed. Let's get into it. So the first thing I would suggest you do is remove your roof, but my 4-seat model is a 2-piece roof, so I'm just going to see if I can't get away with loosening the back, because I'm going to put it on the rear roll bar. Obviously, if you have a 2-seat model, or if you was wanting to put it here in the center, I would suggest taking this whole roof off, but we're going to see if I can't just get by with loosening the rear. I do believe I'm going to try to mount mine here. I realize I want to have to angle it up just a hair that way, because the cords come out of the bottom of the unit, and with the way my roof slopes down, I will have to angle it up a little bit, but I think I'm going to put the mounting bracket here and here, so I'm going to use the narrowest holes in the unit, which I'll take you over and show you. So the unit does come with these multiple mounting locations, but I guess by narrow I mean I'm going to use the inside ones. You just put the bottom mounts on, which are flat on the bottom, and then you get the 2 smaller screws here and put you on a lock washer, and then just a regular flat washer, and it screws right down to the unit. It also comes with a couple different size bolts depending on how big your roll cage is. I'm going to put the bushings in here and on the unit, and I'm going to use the longer bolts. So I went ahead and took out my back seats to give me a little bit more room, loosened up my rear wind deflector, vented, also from KEMIMOTO. This is an absolute awesome rear deflector. I love the fact that it has the sliding opening. But anyways, and got the roof loosened up, and I know where I'm going to mount mine right inside of this. It'll fit right inside of this slot and that slot on the roof. So hold it up there, kind of get an idea of where you want it. And I'm going to get the mounts on and get the unit slapped in there. So I got her fixed up there on the roll bar. I don't have it mounted exactly where I want it yet because the wiring comes in from the back. There is some ports back there. I'll take you over to the instruction manual and show you the different ports and what all comes out of there, but I'm gonna get this hooked up first before it gets up against my back glass and I ain't got no room, and then I'll make my final adjustments and run the wire down there to the battery, which conveniently is not too far away. It does come with a really good instruction manual. Even shows you what all the functions do on the face of the unit there. And in the back of the unit, like I was talking about, this is where your 12 volt would come in, and it has an auxiliary in, auxiliary out, and USB. So that's really nice. We'll be using one of those actually when we try to hook it to the ride command, which like I say will be in a later video. But for now, we're gonna get the power hooked up and see if we can't get this unit fired up. So there it is installed. I got the roof put back down, got my rear windshield put back. You can see it does bulge the roof a little bit right there, but don't really bother me too bad. The rear window just velcros back up against there, so it really doesn't have that much pressure on it. And the roof, this little hump here might look bad, but it's really doesn't have that much pressure on it either. Obviously, if you wanted, you could cut that out, but I'm not doing all that. If you was to move it up here to the center bar in front of the two front seats, you wouldn't have that issue at all. But I wanted it back there. I know you're not gonna be able to reach the buttons, but that's where the remote's gonna come in handy. I shouldn't have to. We'll get this thing turned on and see what she sounds like. And before we get this thing kicking, I did run my wires out this way, down behind that bar, back out, and just to the battery. But in my YouTube experience, you probably don't want bored with all that. If you do need, for some reason, to know how I done the wiring, drop it in the comments and I will let you know. But super simple. Like I say, ground and a power, and we'll get this thing fired up. All right, so let's get this thing fired up. Once you turn it on, it should come up.
KEMIMOTO
KEMIMOTO.
mode.
But it'll come in Bluetooth mode, and then you just connect your device. It'll come up Midnight 50. You connect to it. It should tell you connected. And then let me see if I can't get some royalty-free music so you can get a feel for how this thing sounds. I haven't messed with it much, so I don't know what the volume's on. Let's see. Echo spot. I will, hold on. I think so. All right, let's get this thing powered up and see how she sounds.
KEMIMOTO
Nice.
Bluetooth mode.
It'll automatically come on Bluetooth mode. You go in and you find the Midnight 50 GE, connect to it, and we should be connected, as it'll tell you. And hopefully that's the only thing we're connected to. And I'm going to try to get you some royalty-free music playing here, hopefully, and see what this thing sounds like. Oh, not bad at all. So I got the phone turned all the way up. That's really loud. You can see the blue light will go down to show you your volume level. Turn it back up. You can see the blue light coming up. I think it sounds really good. We'll cut the music off so I can show you some of the other features. That'll pause it. And as you can see, you have your source, which will go through your auxiliary inputs. It'll connect your Bluetooth device. It'll put you in pairing mode. Here's your LED lights that you can change. You can turn them off, turn them on. Obviously, here's your power button. This is your pause button. This is a really solid unit, and as you can tell, it sounds really good. And like I said before, all this can be operated with the remote. When you first get it, don't forget to take out the little battery cover. Just pull that thing out, and then we should be able to operate everything on the remote. Want to pause it? Pause it. Want to play it? We play it. You can do it all right here from the remote, which is awesome in this 4-seater. Being able to mount it back there, where it's not right here in between the seats. I wanted it back there farther, and this remote gives me that capability. Awesome. So that's going to do it for this one, folks. It's a really awesome product. If you're looking for a soundbar, check out KEMIMOTO. Get one of their Midnight products. That thing's super simple to install, and it really puts out the sound. I will put the link to the product down in the description. Check it out. I'll put a link to their website where you can go on there and get you one. Thank you all for watching again. When I get the cord to connect to the ride command, I will do another video on that. That way we can get all of these speakers working together, and I'm telling you what, this thing is going to sound, not that the sound bar doesn't do it by itself, but if I add in the ride command speakers with it, it is going to absolutely probably just blow you away. So stay tuned for that one. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. We just need a few more till we do that giveaway. And check out KEMIMOTO. Appreciate y'all. Hopefully, see you on the next one.